Hi there, intertwined art friends. Today we are going to make this really cute little watermelon guy, and I am using him as a pin. You could also turn him into a magnet or just use it as an applique, but I'm going to just adhere a pin to the backing of this so it makes a really cute pin. But of course you could use it as an applique on garments or projects or whatever you have to do. We added the little eyes and smiley face. You could leave them plain too. So just a cute, quick little project for the summertime here. So we're going to start off with some Lily Sugar and Cream hot pink yarn and a size G crochet hook. That's a 4mm, and we're going to start off with a magic circle. So just wrap the yarn around your 2 fingers twice and then hold it on the side here with your thumb. And then you're going to put your hook underneath and pull that second yarn to the front and then go under it again and chain 1 with it. So that's the beginning of our magic circle. Now with the magic circle, if you're right-handed like me, you want to keep this tail over here to the left as you're working. So you want to hold that with your left fingers, go right in the middle of the magic circle to start, and we're just going to single crochet 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then what makes the magic circle magic is when you pull this tail tight, it closes up the hole and it will form a circle. Now if we wanted to make a complete circle, we would join here, but since we want this to be a flat edge to make a semicircle, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work and continue to work along the curved edge here. So now what we're going to do is 2 single crochets in the first stitch. So there's 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 in the next. So there's 1 and 2, and then 1 in the next stitch, and then 2 in the last. So that's going to be a total of 8 single crochets on this row. So we're going to get 2 here in this last stitch. There's 1 and 2. And now we're going to chain 1 and turn again to continue working on the curved edge. And now we're going to do 2 single crochets and then 1 single crochet, and we're going to repeat that pattern 4 times for a total of 12. So in the first stitch we're doing 1 and 2. In the next stitch goes number 3. Then the next stitch gets 4 and 5. The next stitch gets number 6. Then number 7 and 8 go into the next one. Number 9 goes into the next stitch. And then 10 and 11 go into the next one. And then finally, in our very last stitch goes number 12. And now we're going to chain 1, and instead of turning, we're going to work now across this flat edge. So pull your tail tight if it got a little loose. We're going to work across this flat edge to give it a finished look, and we're just going to single crochet 8 evenly across this edge. So you're just going to work your way across and do 8 single crochets. So there's 1 and 2, 3, 4 gets us to about the middle, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now we're going to chain 1. And now we're going to continue working the next row around the curved edge again. So we're going to work on this curved edge. And here we're going to do a pattern of 2 single crochets and then 1 single crochet times 6. So it's going to be a total of 18 stitches. So numbers 1 and 2 go in that first spot. Number 3 goes in the next stitch. Then 4 and 5 go together. 6 goes in the next. 7 and 8 go together. Number 9 goes in the next stitch. Numbers 10 and 11 go in the next. Number 12 goes in the next stitch. Numbers 13 and 14 go in the next. Number 15 goes by itself. Then 16 and 17 go in the next stitch. And then finally number 18 goes in the last stitch. Now we're going to join the white yarn here. And we're just going to join that with a little slip stitch here. Tighten up your pink and you can fasten that off. Make sure you leave a tail long enough to weave in the ends once you're all done. And just pull your white tight to get it started, and then we're going to chain 1 to start. We're going to turn, and for this round we're going to skip the first stitch. I just found that it somehow makes a better corner if we skip that first stitch, and then we're going to do a pattern of 2 single crochets and then single crochet times 6 for a total of 24. So here in the second stitch, because we skipped the first, go 2 single crochets, then 1 goes in the next, and then 1 goes in the next. That's our 4th one. So then number 5 and 6 both go together. Number 7 goes in the next, 8 goes in the next, and then 9 and 10 go together. 11 goes in the next stitch, 12 goes in the next stitch, and then 13 and 14 go together. 15 goes in the next, 16 goes in the next, and then 17 and 18 go together. 19 goes in the next stitch. 20 goes in the next. And then 21 and 22 go together. And then 23 goes in the next stitch. And the last stitch, which may be the top of the row that you were, the finishing row that we did, but the very last stitch here up in the corner is number 24. Whoops. Try that again. Number 24. Awesome. Now we are going to join hot green here to make the rind of our watermelon. We're going to fasten off the white, leaving a long enough tail for weaving the end in. So join the green with a little stitch there, and then chain 1, and we're going to turn. And now we're going to do a pattern of 2 in the first and then 3 single crochets times 6. This is going to be a total of 30. So we're going to start off with 1 and 2 in the first stitch. Then the next stitch gets number 3. The next one gets number 4. The next one gets number 5. Then 6 and 7 go in the next. The next one gets number 8. The next gets number 9. And then the next one gets number 10. Then numbers 11 and 12 go together. Then 13 in the next. 14 in the next. 15 in the next. Then numbers 16 and 17 go together. 18 goes in the next. 19 goes in the next. And 20 goes in the next. Then 21 and 22 go together. 23 goes in the next. 24 goes in the next. And then 25 goes in the next. And then 26 and 27 go together. And then 28 goes in the next stitch. 29 in the next. And we finish off in the very last stitch with number 30. So all that's left to do here is fasten off the green, pull that last bit of yarn through your working stitch and pull it tight. And then you'll just weave in all of your ends with a tapestry needle. So all I did here to finish this off was to glue on some googly eyes with a little bit of washable fabric glue. I use the Aleene's OK to wash it. That seems to work well for me. I used some fabric paint to paint on the mouth, but of course you could also stitch that in with some black yarn if you wanted to. And then I just glued the pin backing to the back, and it's all finished. Like I said, you could also use it as a marker or as a magnet or as an applique. Here are some of the other fun projects that we have up right now at intertwinedart.com. You can find these all free on the blog. You can also find the videos here on the YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe to both. And we're also now on Etsy. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye-bye.